This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection. Hey everyone, this is Letty for the Metal Saw podcast. I'm joined by Bicurious. Guys, how you doing?
We're good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very good. How are you?
All good. I joined them in the green room in the Grand Social. You know, how are you feeling playing? You've been on tour a lot?
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. I mean, this is the first show of this particular run, but yeah, no, we're up for it, and I think it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's nice playing in Dublin again since we're from here and we formed here as well. We don't play Dublin as much, so it's going to be fun. It's a good load of tickets sold as well, so it is going to be nice. I am very much looking forward to it. Yeah.
That's good. It's always special when Dublin bands, you know, come back and play hometown gigs. I saw Thumper at the Workman's and there was just something special about it.
Yeah, it should be fun. Be nice now playing the new album as well, because I feel like we've mainly just played instrumental songs here, so hopefully there'll be a few people singing back the words to us, since we have singing in our songs now. So it was cool. We sat when we played it, we were in London and Bristol there. It was really cool. The album was only out 2 weeks and there was people singing, so it's very cool to go from an instrumental band to people singing your lyrics back. So hopefully a bit of that tonight in Dublin and Belfast tomorrow and Cork and Limerick.
Everywhere,
the whole world. Everywhere.
To our listeners who maybe haven't heard of you guys before, could you introduce yourself and your role in the band?
My name is Gavin and I play drums and point at people.
My name is Taran and I play guitar and I sing.
Awesome. So how did the band start?
We both went to BIM in Dublin, the music college, and we met on I think it was like a freshers night or something, and we ended up back at a house party. Well, first I think it was in the Workman's, and I just went up to Gavin. I was like, "Do you want to jam with me?" And he said yes. And then we went back to house party, and we had like a weird little jam using an acoustic guitar and drumsticks on a couch.
Yeah. And then we actually ended up jamming like a few days after. And it's real funny because those like nights out, you know, drunken nights out, and you're like, oh, we should like jam, man. And we actually did. Yeah. And here we are now, what, like eight years later?
7 or 8 years. Yeah.
In the green room at a Grand Social, so
we were supposed to play with the bass player as well for that first jam, but they never showed up to the jam, so I just plugged into the bass amp instead, and we were like, actually this is pretty cool, so we just kept doing it that way afterwards.
Yeah, so that's pretty 8 years later in a green room with yourself, so yeah, it worked out pretty well. So
Dude, that's pretty awesome. How did it work with the drumsticks on the couch, like?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think it worked per se.
It was like a bottle of wine from the Indian and Temple Bar, and yeah, made it sound a bit better than it was. So yeah, I don't think it really worked, but we were like, yeah, we should actually jam, and then we did. So yeah, it didn't work particularly well. We won't be doing that again.
Sofas aren't a new drum set. Damn it.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned, your new album, Your Life Is Over Now, came out in October. You know, how was the recording process for it?
The recording process was good. It was different. We did a lot of pre-production sessions for this, so we recorded. So yeah, we actually like properly did pre-production sessions with our producer Tom Peters, where we kind of really got to the nitty-gritty of the songs. We recorded it all over the place. We recorded the drums in a studio called The Arch in Southport, which is an unreal studio. That's where I recorded the drums. Then we recorded guitars in Trapdoor Studios in Liverpool, where Tom, our producer, owns that studio. That's where we recorded all of our first album, Reconstructed. And then about 2 minutes away from Taran's house in Leipzig, we recorded the vocals there. So it was a worldwide project, and it was fun. It was great fun. It was a really, really enjoyable experience.
Would you agree, Taran?
I would, yeah. No, it was really cool. I think it was nice to have the space between each like instrument recording, so like the drums, and then we had a break and did the guitars, and yeah, it's a different way of doing things, but I think it gives you a bit of time to like reflect on, you know, how it's going, and yeah, it was was a cool process for sure.
Because the breaks in between like lets everything to like settle and breathe, and then you can come back to it with a fresh head. Like
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Which I suppose is a similar way that we do touring as well. You know,
Yeah.
we kind of a lot of bands will tour. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but tour for like, you know, a long period of time. Or we like say this UK tour. What we did was 5 dates.
Yeah,
Five dates. We're doing 5 or 4.
4 this week.
Yeah, and they're like a month apart, and you know it's nice. And I suppose that in a way that also lets you reflect on the live set. So the recording process, I suppose, was similar in that sense, maybe more so. But yeah, it's nice to reflect.
reflection is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory from the recording process? You can both give one.
We favorite memory from the recording process. I probably like thought about this a while ago. I enjoyed watching Louis True documentaries on the BBC iPlayer because we don't have BBC iPlayer in Ireland, and I think
It's
they
so
should change
annoying.
that. I actually enjoyed that. There's a particular one about Florida like gangster rappers, which was very good. If you do manage to get into BBC iPlayer, watch that one. I really enjoyed watching that. And we watched it in the Arch Studios in Southport, and that was really fun.
One of my greatest finds in CEX was like a full like Louis Theroux box set of his documentaries.
Unreal.
And it's got like the one where it was like on the set of like porn things and
Yeah.
I love that man, and I love his rap music.
Yeah, he's very I love his awkwardness. I think he is the king. So yeah, in terms of like a moment, that was one of the moments that was just really nice. Like after a long day recording, because we all agreed to watch. I think we all kind of settled on Louis True out of everything, so that was nice in terms of that. Obviously, I liked recording the drums as well, but that was nice.
It's like recording drums is grand, but Louis Theroux, man, Louis Theroux.
What about you?
I think for me it was recording the vocals because I'd never actually recorded like a proper album of vocals before, and so I was basically learning properly how to sing for like the 2 years leading up to that moment, and it felt like everything was leading up to that moment, and it was just really really cool experience, like learning how to use my voice and you know being in the recording booth and like getting feedback from the producer and from Gavin, from our manager Alex, and it was just a really nice process for a week. It was cool.
And when you say you were kind of learning to sing over like the 2 years, does that include like doing warm-ups and stuff, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly like just learning how to breathe and learning how to use the voice properly, and like how your body kind of affects, like depending on where you get your air from, and how to get proper support. But yeah, warm-ups is definitely a part of it. Learning how and when and to do it, you know, it's all part of it.
Because I think people, when like, you know, if it's not like, you know, death metal vocals or something like that, there's an art to singing. Like, it is an instrument like everything else.
I think there's even more of an art when it comes to death metal vocals, to be honest, because that's not just screaming your head off, because you can't do that for like a whole set, or let alone a whole tour. Those guys, they have their technique down to a T. Like, they're literally, they know exactly what to do to not injure themselves when they do that stuff, because when I scream, I have like a couple of bits when I scream on stage, but I don't have the technique for it, so like I just make sure that I don't destroy my voice for those split seconds, because otherwise I just can't do it. Like, but yeah, those guys they're really impressive. Yeah.
I love going to the shows and just seeing them like scream their head off and then go, how's Dublin?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's an amazing contrast.
Definitely.
And how did you come up with the title? I saw like the album and like saw it on Spotify. I was like, that's an amazing title.
So basically, I have two small kids, and back like 5 years ago, when my wife first got pregnant with our first child, you know, the people around us, like, the information was going around that I was going to have a baby, and it was all, you know, congratulations and all that stuff, but there was some feedback from some people that were making silly little comments, and you know, you get a vibe that people think, oh, you know, that's it, like that's the end of the band because he's having a child, and it's the end, your life is over now, that kind of thing, as a joke, you know. But some people kind of like almost like expect you to like stop doing all the stuff that you're doing, and I think we've shown through recording that album and releasing it that our life doesn't stop when you have kids if you're actually like really dedicated to what you do. I mean, it does really change how you do things, but if you really want to do it, it's doable for sure.
And you can always find a balance.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is finding the balance to, like, obviously, you know, there are priorities in life, but music is a very, very important part of my life, so it's all about finding the right balance, giving enough time to everything, you know.
And have your kids, if they're old enough, started instruments yet, or?
Not really. I mean, you know, I try to encourage them to, like, play around with the guitar, and I've got, like, a MIDI keyboard at home, so they play a bit of piano and stuff, but they're just, like, banging on, you know, the keys and stuff. But I don't want to force it on them, but I would like them to kind of get an interest in it, and if they do, I'll definitely, like, try and teach them a little bit.
That's totally fair. And they can go when they're old enough. My dad was in a band, and still is in a band.
Yeah.
My dad was in Bicurious. They played the Grand Social.
They were interviewed on the Metal Cell podcast. Yeah.
Exactly. They can be shown to have like, that's my dad being interviewed.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool if my dad was in Bicurious.
Yeah.
I wish my mom was in Bicurious.
Yeah. Wish all my family were.
Family band.
Yeah, whole family band.
You can both give an answer for this, and it doesn't have to be for Bicurious. If you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
Whoa.
I've actually never thought about that. And I know that's a question that people ask a good bit, but I don't think I've ever thought about it. Actually, I think I have. Jamie Lenman comes to mind because I feel like it's achievable because he posted about us on his Instagram, and we're on the same label now, and he's a massive influence. I've also thought about, like, you were talking about screaming vocals earlier. I always like when there's kind of like a guest screaming vocal. I'm from Touche Amore, because we were talking about Touche Amore actually earlier as well.
Oh, and they're coming over to Dublin as
Yeah,
well.
I will be at that show. I will see you there if you're going. But it'd be quite cool to, like, I don't know, sing some bits on our song. Someone like screamy, since we have vocals in it. Maybe someone like him.
Don't know if you've heard of Casey, but their singer's pretty good at that sort of style.
Okay,
as
I haven't
well.
heard of them. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't heard them, but I'm willing to talk about collabing. But maybe, yeah, that's Jeremy from Touche Amore. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think that kind of emo-y, scream, it could suit some of our newer stuff. So maybe I'm gonna say him. That'd be my answer. Or actually, Clown from Slipknot hitting a keg as well. Them two. Either Clown from Slipknot. That's a more unrealistic one. So yeah, Clown or Jeremy from Touche Amore.
I wonder what his rate is for just like a single hit.
Jeez, oh god, I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about it now, but in terms of collaborating, like, I'm not too good with, like, just collaborating with people. I don't know how it would fit into the whole thing, but I was just thinking, I would love to sit down and try and write a song with Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day.
Good one.
But more just to kind of like pick his brains on, like, figure out how his songwriting process is, because like Green Day was my first favorite band. I was completely obsessed with them when I was a teenager, and over the years I've come to realize that, like, Green Day songs are, like, so simple, but they're so good, and it's just like, it's that, like, the ease of songwriting where he just takes a melody and a chord progression, and it just turns into, like, a really, really catchy song. And there's definitely, like, a method to that, or I don't know, maybe it's just pure, like, inspiration. I don't know what it is, but I just love to sit down with him and, like, discuss songwriting with him. I think that'd be really cool.
No, that is really cool. Like, I went to go see them in Marley when they did, like, the Dookie and American Idiot.
It was great.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good.
And my mom went with me, and she had never heard, like, Dookie or American Idiot in full. And when we were leaving, she was like, God, they blew through them like nothing. Like, it was so quick.
Yeah. The two best albums as well. That was an amazing gig. I can't believe I was actually saying to you a while ago, where, like, every song, like, he is incredible, like, in terms of energy, like, and he's just, every chance he'll be like getting the crowd to go whoa. It's like, what an amazing band. Yeah.
I saw my favourite song live, so I can die happy.
What was that?
Homecoming.
Deadly, unreal, cool, yeah.
That's a really. It's funny because it's quite an un-Green Day like song because it's like it just has that like floor tom groove with the bass. No, Homecoming. I'm thinking of a different song.
I think you're thinking of Holiday.
No, which album is Homecoming on?
American Idiot.
Oh, is it? No. Oh, that one. That's like the obscure tail end of the album as well, isn't it? Yeah. No, what was I thinking of? I was thinking of a song from Dookie. What's that one?
Longview.
I was thinking of Longview. For some reason.
Both those albums are actually just, you could actually be here all day, be like, you'd name a song for both those albums, they'd be like, oh, what a banger! What, seriously though? Yeah, Longview. I love. It's not my favorite Green Day album at all, but Brain Stew. What album's that off? Insomniac. That is. For this album, actually, do you remember there was some? Can't even remember what song it was. We were like, let's try and play it a bit like Brain Stew. What a band! Yeah. What a band!
What a band!
Yeah.
What did you think of their new album, Saviors? Actually, if you've listened to it,
To be honest, I hope now we don't start a beef with Green Day here now, but my honest opinion, I actually thought live, I was like, this is kind of cool because you're in the vibe, but I felt like I had described it to someone. It was like as if like AI, you typed into AI like write a Green Day song. But I only listened to the single, to be fair, and I didn't give it a proper listen. But by that comment, I don't think I was too much of a fan.
Yeah,
did you listen to it?
I haven't really properly listened to anything since American Idiot, to be fair. I feel like that was like after that. There was a couple of singles off 21st Century Breakdown that I kind of liked, but it just after that it just felt like it kind of just was a repeat of the same stuff.
Did you like it? Did you? Because I don't think I haven't given it a proper listen, but from the singles when I started listening to it, I was like, this like AI Green Day, so I turned off. Did you? Is it good? Do you like it?
It's grand. It's good music, but is it American Idiot or even 21st Century Breakdown? No, but it's cool music to get angry to.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, I like Uno, Dos and Trace as well, so
cool.
Take my opinion with a pinch of salt if you want.
Cool. I never actually listened to those albums as well. I think I'm on kind of a similar page as Taran. Yeah, cool.
They're like when they tried to do the trio albums and then Billy Joe went into rehab after the first one.
Oh, and saying we're not Justin Bieber, I remember that.
Don't think he'll ever live that down.
No. Sorry, I think our collab's gone with him now. Damn it. Sorry.
Speaking of albums, do you have any favourite albums of 2024 so far? Any that you're looking forward to?
There's actually a band I saw here. It could have been last year I saw him here, a band called Whores. They have an album out which is, I think, incredible. Like, it's just riffs and like it sounds kind of like a mix between the Bronx and Melvins, and it's actually unreal. It's just exactly like just a good hefty album. Who else? I was saying I like Touche Amóre's actually latest album. I'm listening to that a lot. I think And So I Watch You From Afar's latest album is incredible. I think it could probably be their best album, to be honest. And that's they have a lot of good albums, but I think it's incredible. I love that. Better Lovers album I quite like, if you're talking about metal on the Metal Self podcast. That's cool. Yeah, they're kind of the ones that are coming to mind for me anyway. Yeah.
Drug Church's new album was good as well, and they played here in, was it February?
Yeah, I was at that. Were you at that?
I was at that as well.
It was good. That was a great gig.
I got flattened by two stage divers like immediately when they came on stage. I was literally putting my phone away and got taken to the floor.
And the security guard had to come up on stage and ask the band to stop people stage diving. And in fairness, they were like, stop. They were like, cool, stop stage diving, and people did.
I love Patrick. Do not boo this man.
Yeah. That was a great gig. Yeah, I've given that album a bit of a listen, but it's not. Yeah, I like we actually Drug Church were a bit of an influence on this album actually. So yeah, their album's cool. Do you have any to come to mind?
I don't actually, because I don't. I mean, I'm quite bad at listening to like new music. I usually come around to it a couple of years after it's been released. So yeah, I don't know. I think I came across something recently, but I can't remember what it was. So
what was that? It was a band that's like not loose. Is it
Gideon?
Did they release that album this year?
No, I think it's like last year.
Oh yeah, they're coming over as well.
Are they? Oh, that is a lineup. I actually wanted to get a ticket for that, but I think it's sold out. But
as of recording, it's sold out. But fingers crossed for production hall tickets or something.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. That's mad. They're playing. That's a good combination of bands. There you go. Yeah.
Nice. And we're on to our last question.
Cool.
Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2024?
Yeah, just start it. Actually play. You know, I actually mean that though. Where it's like, just play and like go out and fucking play gigs. I feel like now there's so many bands who just like sit in a room and they're like, alright, especially young bands where it's like, you know, but I mean young bands like in their early 20s or whatever in college, where they really think so much about like, this is the way we need to do to market ourselves, and you know, social media and business aspect of it, which is important to a degree, but I think like you kind of missed a point with it. I feel like maybe we had a good balance of that and probably a better balance now. But yeah, just fucking play, start a band, smoke cigarettes and drink beer and start a punk rock band. Fucking play. And I don't smoke cigarettes or drink beer anymore. I'm still in a band, but just fucking do it. Start a band, play in a band, play with whoever the fuck. Just start a band. If you're thinking of starting a band, start a band. If you can find someone to play with. But yeah, that's my advice. Just play, start a band. Don't think too much about it. Play the music you want to play, not because someone else likes that type of music. I think that's actually important thing, because something's cool. Play the music you want to play, whether that be death metal or folk music. Just play. Yeah, that is. I think it's as simple as that for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think I guess it depends what kind of music they're trying to do, but yeah, it's just get together, write some songs, and when you think you're ready, I would say make sure that you're like ready before you go and play a show, but don't overthink it either. You know,
Yeah.
like have a good, and just like, I think a good advice as well is like go to other people's shows as well, which I'm really bad at myself, but like just go and hang out with other bands and go and meet people and like try and get a support gig just from like meeting someone at a show or whatever, and yeah, don't overthink it too much.
Yeah,
Just play as much as you can together. I think that's important.
I think that's a good like way of putting it. Like, don't overthink it as well. And I also think you learn a lot from playing live as well, you know. So I think that's it. Yeah, like do practice obviously. Like
don't drink too much.
Yeah, don't actually. Yeah,
because
just
that's what you think, especially with like rock music and stuff. You think, oh, I'm in a rock band. I need to be a rock star. I need to do drugs and drink, and yeah, like that's all fun and stuff. But if you actually like, more often than not, like bands where you know people are drinking and stuff, usually end up splitting up because someone's being an idiot.
Yeah,
you know? And
you'll notice as well, like you probably notice from interviewing bands and whatnot, or just being in bands, that you notice the bands that are touring as well. Like they're not getting fucking pissed every night. So we were getting pissed every night, which we might have done a bit, but like none of us, we don't really like. Taran's had 1 pint of Guinness. I don't even drink anymore, so I think don't drink too much. It's good advice, yeah. But yeah, just start a band, will you? If you ever is in this and you're thinking, my advice, just start it. Start your band. Start a band.
That's sound out, lads. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me.
Yeah, thanks very much for coming early and interviewing us. Really enjoyed it. Thanks very much.
No worries
Nice
at
one.
all. And Your Life Is Over Now is out now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Deadly.